Get ready because the crypto world is absolutely exploding with news, and Bitcoin Bulletin is your front row seat to the action. We're talking seismic shifts, game-changing plays, and technological leaps that could redefine everything you thought you knew. The pace is relentless, the stakes are higher than ever, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. Today, we've got a massive story brewing with some very familiar names entering the Bitcoin mining arena. Next up, we're diving deep into how the next generation of computing could either shatter or secure digital assets. This is some mind-bending stuff that could have implications we can only just begin to imagine. Then, we've got a major player making an $887 million bet that could signal a new era for institutional investors, and it's all tied to the long-term value of BTC. And finally, we're looking at how global expansion is on the horizon for key players, aiming to bring Bitcoin assets to new markets. This is not just news, this is the future unfolding before your eyes. Stick around because you won't want to miss a single second of this. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A familiar dynasty enters the mining arena. This development marks a significant moment as a prominent family, known for their influence in business and politics, makes a substantial entry into the Bitcoin mining sector. The venture, backed by the Trump family, is poised for a major public debut on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange, signaling a new wave of mainstream financial interest in digital asset infrastructure. The company, American Bitcoin, is set to begin trading under the ticker ABTC in early September, following a strategic all-stock merger with Gryphon Digital Mining. This move is not just about mining, it's about creating a publicly accessible vehicle for investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin's underlying infrastructure. American Bitcoin's structure and backing are noteworthy. Hut 8, a major player in the digital asset mining space, is the largest investor, holding an impressive 80% stake in the company. This significant backing provides a strong foundation and operational expertise. Adding to the high-profile investor list are the Winklevoss twins, Tyler and Cameron, co-founders of the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange, further underscoring the caliber of support this new entity is attracting. Post-merger, the Trump brothers and Hut 8 will collectively control a dominant 98% of the company, highlighting the concentrated ownership and strategic direction. Asher Genut, the CEO of Hut 8, elaborated on the strategic advantages of this merger-based public listing during the Bitcoin Asia conference. He explained that opting for a merger with an existing company offered greater financing flexibility and access to diverse capital streams compared to a traditional initial public offering, IPO. This approach allows American Bitcoin to leverage existing financial structures and potentially accelerate its growth and acquisition strategies. Eric Trump is reportedly taking an active role in shaping the company's strategic direction, focusing on its mining operations and the development of new mining sites. This hands-on involvement suggests a deep commitment to the venture's success. The company's ambitions extend beyond current operations. American Bitcoin is actively exploring opportunities to acquire Bitcoin assets in key international markets, specifically targeting Hong Kong and Japan. This global expansion strategy aims to broaden its investor base and provide access to publicly listed Bitcoin assets, even in regions where direct investment in Nasdaq-listed stocks might be challenging. Launched with a target of March 2025, the company plans to expand its Bitcoin holdings through a dual approach, both through its mining activities and direct purchases of Bitcoin. This flexible strategy allows them to adapt to market conditions, capitalizing on whichever method offers the best return at any given time, as noted by Genut. The broader political landscape also plays a role, with the United States having recently accelerated Bitcoin-related legislation under President Donald Trump's administration. Meanwhile, Hut 8 is pivoting towards energy infrastructure, planning to lease its data centers to American Bitcoin. In a separate but related development, Nakamoto Holdings has announced new initiatives to support early-stage Bitcoin companies in Asia, indicating a growing ecosystem of support for the digital asset industry. Hold on tight, because the implications of this family-backed mining, giant hitting the public markets are just starting to unfold. Next, we're diving into a future where computing power could fundamentally alter the digital asset landscape. Quantum computing's double-edged sword for Bitcoin. Prepare for a journey into the future of computing, where the very foundations of digital security, including Bitcoins, could be profoundly reshaped. Quantum computing, a field born from the mind-bending principles of quantum mechanics, is advancing at an unprecedented rate, promising computational power that dwarfs anything we have today. Google's Willow chip is just one example of a significant leap forward, showcasing the tangible progress in this revolutionary technology. While the potential for solving complex problems is immense, this powerful new paradigm also casts a long shadow of concern over the security of digital assets like Bitcoin. At the heart of Bitcoin's security is the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, ECDSA. This cryptographic masterpiece is currently considered unbreakable by even the most powerful classical computers, safeguarding transactions and user wallets. However, the advent of quantum computers, armed with algorithms like Peter Shor's, introduces a theoretical vulnerability. These quantum algorithms could, in principle, break ECDSA, potentially exposing private keys and compromising the vast sums of digital wealth stored in Bitcoin wallets. This is the core of the quantum threat that has experts and enthusiasts alike contemplating the future. Despite these theoretical risks, a crucial point of reassurance is that current quantum hardware is still in its nascent stages. Leading experts caution that the kind of quantum computers capable of posing a genuine threat to Bitcoin's cryptography are likely decades away from realization. The development path is complex, requiring immense engineering feats to build stable and scalable quantum machines. Therefore, while the threat is real in theory, the immediate danger remains distant, allowing ample time for the digital asset community to prepare and adapt. Beyond the security concerns, quantum computing presents another fascinating possibility: the potential to unlock vast quantities of long-lost Bitcoin. Millions of Bitcoins are currently locked away in early wallets, inaccessible due to lost private keys or forgotten passwords. If quantum computers can indeed break the cryptographic locks on these dormant accounts, these forgotten Bitcoins could flood back into circulation. Such an event could dramatically alter Bitcoin's fundamental economic principle of scarcity, potentially leading to significant volatility in its market value. The ensuing debate centers on how these newly accessible coins should be handled, whether they should be burned to maintain scarcity or redistributed to preserve the network's economic integrity. For the present, Bitcoin remains secure, and the ecosystem is not standing still. Developers are actively engaged in creating and implementing quantum-resistant tools and cryptographic advancements. Technologies like QRAMP and novel cryptographic methods are being developed to fortify the network against future quantum threats. On the user end, best practices are evolving. Simple yet effective measures, such as avoiding the reuse of Bitcoin, addresses, and adopting wallets that support advanced features like Taproot and SegWit, can significantly enhance individual security. The network's inherent adaptability, coupled with continuous research and development, suggests that Bitcoin is strategically positioned to navigate and overcome the challenges posed by the quantum computing revolution. It's a race against time as technology evolves, but the Bitcoin network is built for resilience. Now, let's shift gears to a massive financial play that could signal a new era for institutional investment in Bitcoin. Metaplanet's bold $887 million Bitcoin investment, a game changer for institutions. In a move that's sending ripples across the financial world, Metaplanet, a Japanese investment firm, has dramatically increased its exposure to Bitcoin, allocating a staggering $887 million to the digital asset. This substantial commitment is not just a significant personal bet by Metaplanet. It's being widely interpreted as a potential catalyst for broader institutional adoption and a strong indicator of long-term confidence in Bitcoin's value proposition. The scale of this investment underscores a growing trend of traditional financial players exploring and integrating cryptocurrencies into their portfolios, signaling a maturing market. Metaplanet's strategy appears to be rooted in a belief that Bitcoin offers a compelling hedge against inflation and a store of value in an increasingly unpredictable global economic landscape. The firm has been steadily increasing its Bitcoin holdings, but this latest allocation represents a massive leap forward, transforming its balance sheet and positioning it as a significant holder of the digital currency. This aggressive stance comes at a time when many traditional financial institutions are still navigating the complexities of cryptocurrency regulation and integration, making Metaplanet's bold move particularly noteworthy. It suggests a conviction that the risks are manageable and the potential rewards are substantial. The implications for institutional adoption are significant. When a company of Metaplanet's size and strategic focus makes such a large, public commitment to Bitcoin, it often emboldens other institutions to follow suit. It provides a tangible example of how digital assets can be incorporated into sophisticated investment strategies. Analysts are closely watching to see if this move will trigger a domino effect, encouraging other corporations and investment funds to allocate a portion of their assets to Bitcoin. This could lead to increased market liquidity, greater price stability, and a further legitimization of Bitcoin as a recognized asset class within the global financial system. Furthermore, Metaplanet's investment could influence the long-term price trajectory of Bitcoin. By adding nearly $1 billion worth of demand, the firm is directly impacting market dynamics. This increased demand, especially from institutional players, is often seen as a positive sign for future value appreciation. The narrative around Bitcoin as digital gold or a scarce digital asset is strengthened when major financial entities embrace it as a core holding. This narrative is crucial for attracting and retaining mainstream investor interest and capital. The company's approach involves not just buying Bitcoin, but also exploring ways to leverage its position within the market. While the specifics of how Metaplanet plans to manage this substantial holding are still unfolding, the sheer size of the investment suggests a long-term perspective. They are likely looking at strategies that optimize returns while managing the inherent volatility of the cryptocurrency market. The firm's commitment could also spur innovation in financial products and services related to Bitcoin, making it easier for other institutions to engage with the asset. Public reaction and analyst commentary have been overwhelmingly positive, with many hailing Metaplanet's move as a pivotal moment for Bitcoin's integration into traditional finance. Some analysts point out that this level of investment from a single entity highlights both the growing acceptance of Bitcoin and the potential for significant market impact from large capital inflows. The focus now shifts to how other players in the institutional space will respond to this bold declaration of confidence in Bitcoin's future. This massive financial commitment is already reshaping the conversation around institutional involvement. But what happens when cutting-edge tech meets the digital frontier? We're about to find out. American Bitcoin gears up for Nasdaq debut in September. Get ready for a major shakeup in the Bitcoin mining landscape as American Bitcoin, a new mining firm co-founded by prominent figures Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., is set to commence trading on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. The highly anticipated listing is scheduled for early September, following a significant all-stock merger with Gryphon Digital Mining. This strategic move is designed to position American Bitcoin as a key player in the publicly traded Bitcoin mining sector, offering investors a direct avenue to participate in the growth of digital asset infrastructure. The foundation of American Bitcoin is bolstered by substantial backing from key investors. Hut 8, a leading entity in the digital asset mining industry, stands as the company's largest shareholder, holding an impressive 80% stake. This significant ownership by Hut 8 provides American Bitcoin with a robust operational framework and access to extensive industry expertise. Further cementing the venture's high-profile backing, the Winklevoss twins, Tyler and Cameron, renowned for co-founding the Gemini exchange, are among the notable investors supporting the new enterprise. Following the completion of the merger, the collective ownership structure will see the Trump brothers and Hut 8 controlling a commanding 98% of the newly formed entity, underscoring a tightly held strategic vision. Asher Genut, CEO of Hut 8, articulated the strategic rationale behind pursuing a public listing via merger rather than a direct initial public offering, IPO, during the recent Bitcoin Asia conference. He highlighted that merging with an existing company provided a more advantageous path for financing, granting access to a broader spectrum of financial resources and existing capital structures. This approach allows American Bitcoin to potentially expedite its growth plans and capital acquisition strategies more effectively than a standalone IPO might permit. Eric Trump is reportedly playing an active role in steering American Bitcoin's strategic direction, with a particular focus on enhancing its mining operations and developing new mining facilities. This hands-on involvement suggests a strong commitment to the operational success and expansion of the company. The firm is also looking to expand its global reach by actively seeking Bitcoin assets to acquire in strategic international markets, including Hong Kong and Japan. This global expansion initiative aims to broaden its investor appeal and provide access to publicly listed Bitcoin assets, even in jurisdictions where accessing Nasdaq-listed securities might present challenges. American Bitcoin, which officially launched in March 2025, plans to grow its Bitcoin holdings through a dual strategy, expanding its mining capacity and engaging in direct Bitcoin purchases. This flexible approach allows the company to adapt its capital allocation based on prevailing market conditions, optimizing returns by choosing the most effective method at any given time, as explained by Genut. The U.S. political climate also plays a role, with recent legislative efforts accelerating Bitcoin-related policies under President Donald Trump's administration. Concurrently, HUD 8 is redirecting its focus towards energy infrastructure, intending to lease its data centers to American Bitcoin for its operations. In parallel, Nakamoto Holdings has announced new initiatives aimed at supporting nascent Bitcoin companies within the Asian market, indicating a growing supportive ecosystem for the digital asset industry. This significant entry into the public markets by a family-linked mining operation is set to redefine investor access to the sector. Now, let's wrap up with a quick recap of all the incredible stories we've covered today. What a ride! We saw a familiar family enter the Bitcoin mining arena with a Nasdaq listing on the horizon. We explored the mind-bending potential of quantum computing to either secure or shatter digital assets. We witnessed a massive $887 million Bitcoin play by Metaplanet that could be a huge win for institutional adoption. And we checked out American Bitcoin's global expansion plans. Don't miss out on any of these groundbreaking developments. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, smash the like button, and follow us on all social platforms so you stay ahead of the curve. We'll see you in the next one.